So after Ronda thwarts this submission grappler, this fucking dungeon alum, out comes Liv Morgan, uh, and like the bell rings and Liv immediately is put in immediately gets put in an ankle lock, and she's about to tap. The crowd's booing that this wrestler that just went through a war immediately is fighting for her life. You're like, why don't you just roll over and die and quit? So then Liv looks like she's dead to rights. She has no way to get out. Liv then kicks the leg and or kicks Ronda's bad knee, and then just immediately just hits the schoolboy and gets the 1, 2, 3. Like there's no kick out. Like Ronda apparently was just incapacitated to where it's like she didn't have like the cognitive awareness to kick out after getting kicked in the knee. Apparently the knee is where the brain is held. So she gets pinned. Liv is the SmackDown Women's Champion. Ronda, the ref comes in with the belt. Ronda immediately snatches the belt out the ref's hand. Ronda gets up and then hands the belt over to Liv, and then gives Liv like a one-armed hug, and then raises her hand as she walks out in all in one motion. Raises her hand and walks out the ring and leaves. And I was like, yo, they like. I know people are happy for Liv, but like Liv is not the protagonist. Like
James,
go ahead.
a wise man once said on this show, Liv Morgan will never win. And that man is still correct. I don't know what on earth they were trying to pull, but the shit that I saw on this show was not winning. This is not what winners do. This is not how they conduct themselves. This is a Make-A-Wish program come to life. This is a babyface taking advantage of another babyface's injury. This is a babyface.
And then the babyface that took advantage of is happy for her. I'm glad you were able to just beat me up while I was already injured. What?
This is a babyface that was not able to hit her own move.
That's
on
true.
the said person they were going to cash in on. This was not honorable. James, do me a favor. Please name 3 of your favorite wrestlers of all time.
3 of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Please.
Okada, Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, and let's say Tam Nakano. Why not?
Awesome. Let's start with Tam Nakano.
Oh,
she
God.
had a big championship win last year, James. She won the white belt. Where was that located? Was that Sumo Hall, if I'm not mistaken?
Budokan Hall.
Budokan Hall. Now, James, if she had to come into that match shortly after competing that night, roll in there against Julia, who was booked against someone else, by the way, doing her own feud. And Tam Nakano had to kick Julia's leg out of her leg like Owen Hart. While she's nursing said injury. And win the championship in that manner. Excuse me. Would you be proud of this?
No.
Would you champion this?
No.
Would you think this was a star-making performance?
No.
Would you think this is some once-in-a-lifetime thing?
No. And in fact, if that had happened, like, that would have made me, like, my love for Stardom would have died. Because what brought me in was the part where, like, I knew Tam was eventually going to win the title.
You would think this person was an absolute geek.
Loser and geek, yeah.
And guess what? Liv Morgan still will never win. This was not winning. This was charity.
I don't disagree. Like when I saw when I heard that she had won, because I didn't watch this show live, because why would I?
Same.
So I heard she cashed. I was like, okay, well, we'll see how this goes.
This was the embodiment of Liv Morgan will never win. This right here,
because they don't want her to win. They don't want her to be a winner. Like this goes in line with like what they have done to baby faces in WWE post Daniel Bryan and the Yes Movement. Like everybody is the Chicago Cubs. Like you might win the 2016 World Series, but like they're still like you got to go through like 100 years of misery and suffering and getting kicked in the teeth and let down by your team, and maybe you're not even actually competitive. Everybody else wins, like the Cardinals. The evil Cardinals always win, right? Like it was not. I'm watching. I'm just like, I'm sure people are happy for her because there's always people happy for someone's first win, and people want to see title changes at shows. That's why they always root for them, heel or not, whatever. And Liv is someone that people think has been underutilized, and I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that. But I would say is that like while being underutilized, I think you need to also have like programs and matches and stories that make you feel that way, as opposed to just seeing like flashes of talent here and there. And I think that's most of what you've seen out of Liv is flashes here and there, but not actually anything really consistent or anything they actually have tried to follow up on to make you actually believe in her in that way. So that's why we always like, we talk about this. So when she gets the belt and it's like, all right, now what?
This is Nikki ASH Part 2, and they're staring it in the face. I don't know how they see this. This is a geek with a title that is holding it until Charlotte comes back.
I think people will push back on that. I think people will push back on that because like the superhero gimmick was so limited compared to Liv just not having that kind of burden on her, put on her.
Being a sympathy case, a charity case.
Hey, being a babyface, a big part of that is being able to get sympathy. Right. I'm not even gonna dismiss what you're saying, but like if she has people behind her, that's half the job. I just think that like those people, they got their heart broken really quickly. Like how shocked would you be if she were able to, like, what month is it? It's July, right?
Oh my God, should we put a timer on this?
How shocked would you be if she made it to Hell in a Cell? Oh, Hell in a Cell already happened. But if she got to October, Halloween with the belt?
I would be fucking baffled if she made it to Halloween with the title. Because that would mean she would actually have to beat people, James.
Well, does that mean that?
Or she could just retain the title through absurd means.
I was actually thinking more like Dean Ambrose U.S. title.
Oh,
where you never defend that bitch ever.
The only thing that I think I could have liked more than how they did this and they geekified the win, so I could still come on here and uphold the prophecy of Liv Morgan will never win, because this isn't winning, of course, is if they would have turned her heel in the process of putting the title on her.
Oh man!
Then I would have like almost been uncontrollable.
I did it, and your fans never believed in me. But God damn it, I can hear it fucking now. I can hear it now. And the crowd's like, "No, we fucking love your loser ass, and now you won. You want to turn on us? Fuck yes." Oh man.
There's a story that's going on the screen, which is there is no story. This person was just doing jobs and jobs and jobs, and then pulled out a golden ticket, and then rolled up on the champion, whatever. And then there's like the online stan following of Liv Morgan that's like took on a life of its own and almost like fell back into the other stuff. So yeah, not into it at all. Going to come back on this show when the belt gets dropped back off in more capable hands, come a SummerSlam, come a Survivor Series, come a Royal Rumble, come a WrestleMania, and Liv will be on the sideline, kind of where she's appropriately slotted come that time.
Why are you so mean, man? Like,
Somebody has to tell them the
no,
truth.
I'm
Someone has to tell them the truth.
I'm with you on everything you said. This last part was unnecessary.
Gotta tell them the
This
truth.
last part was
I gotta tell them because I hope they don't believe this, James.
No,
I hope they don't believe this.
The part where you just like given where this roster is at this point, you said like they need more capable hands. One more capable hands. Ain't nobody look. Sasha Banks is walking through that door. Naomi walking through that door. Io Shirai walking through that door. She's walking out that fucking door real soon.
Look,
This is where we are now in American Women's Wrestling. The top. This is where we are. It's rough out here.
So I just figure come those big four events, they're gonna be getting on the phone to get somebody in there, just how Ronda showed up out of nowhere this past January.
Look, man.
And a lot greater people than Liv Morgan have been moved around like the Sav, like Pimp C would say, to make room for Bailey, who may be showing back up at any moment.
Right. Charlotte,
who may be
coming off a honeymoon.
Up.
Yeah.
Who knows if Sasha Banks squashes this whole thing whenever Ronda is deciding to come on back.
Mm-hmm. And then also
when they have Liv Morgan eat a woman's right, they could do that as well. So I don't know,
Like, this is what I will say. I think she'll be coming off the belt before football season. And then, like, by the time we get to the draft, and like Becky Lynch is like back on SmackDown, and they're clearing the path to get ready for Ronda versus Becky. Like, she'll be back where she was.
I hope it is a fairy tale that what's going on right now. This is make believe, like T.I. would say. Make believe.
It's all fake.
This is make believe. This fool's gold. Don't fall in love with this. What I'm telling y'all, don't marry yourselves to this idea of this long, fruitful title reign.
Look, he's being mean, but he also means well. Like, I know that doesn't really sound like it makes sense, but like he's trying to insult you and to snap it out of it.
Yes. Learn. I'm trying to teach. I know sometimes learning isn't always, like you
easy.
Can't just like, sometimes you think this person doesn't have your best interest in mind. No, man. Rich is trying to help you. Rich is trying to save you this burden, this trouble, this agony of going through marrying yourselves to what has been shown to be a loser. Even in winning is still showing to lose, and be a geek because, I don't remember Charlotte's first title being won like this. I don't remember Ronda Rousey,
who's first title winner I remember being like this?
Who?
Bailey's. Hell no. And then you saw what happened. They immediately took it off her like within 2 months or something like that. So there's a precedent for this. Like, don't cut. Like, there's a precedent for this. Like, Vince. Like, I understand. Like, Vince don't respect this. Vince doing it, but he don't respect it. Like, there's no. He realizes there's no real sustainability behind this.
Yeah. So, send it to all the Liv Morgan stands. Let them get upset. But we know who's gonna be on top. Who's gonna be laughing at the end and. Looking at the calendar, maybe that's about 2.5 months from now, maybe less.
The clock ticking.
Look.
So
y'all better enjoy it. 10 more seconds than passed,
So, all right. So, what was next? Main event.